Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Fowler. Stopped at the 17.
All right. I'm ready. Let's get it.
He's second-guessing that return. First down here for the offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Off play action. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. They are trying to set the tone on the opening drive of the game. They could punt, pin him back deep. Instead, they'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the big play. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's 4th and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
Did a great job on the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, doing the make in the backfield for a tackle for loss.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Running it to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Here comes the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Just nowhere to go on that one, right? It's 3rd down, and you're trying to create something positive with your quarterback who's athletic. Maybe he can make a guy miss. Maybe he can spring it, but this defense just not having it. They are locked in. They know how critical these 3rd downs are in this game and to their entire season, and they're playing really good football in these critical down and distances.
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They go to the ground. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be...
He wants to go deep. And the ball is intercepted. Got room on the return. And after the pick, everybody going the other way, and he crossed midfield and got it to the 47.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
This time it's complete. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Slams it ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Alabama pushing the tempo. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They grab the early lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Coming out with it, it's West. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell.
Looking for a huge play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll try to do it himself. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Alabama 7, Ohio State 0.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And he's running in the open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Buckeyes are on the move. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And the Buckeyes in the hurry up.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. Gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. The sure hands, it's Bama. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
They're trying to crease them off the left tackle. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting on this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Line is set on third down. They'll try the right side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
On fourth down, going to the air. Looking down the middle. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
On the option. Quick toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. He'll pull it down and run. That's a live ball. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Alabama quickly back to the line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. He's got it. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. we asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one obviously is the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust. Great execution by this offense. The running game coming through, perfect fashion, breaks the big run, finishes inside the 10.
And they do a great job of blocking downfield with their wide receivers, too. And all of a sudden now, this offense knocking on the door.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's one-on-one. Stop the run first.
On second down, he'll fire. Got it! And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Going for 6. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's West. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Looking to pass, it's Howard. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He's looking to throw it. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Fires it incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
It's complete. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to move it through the air. He'll take a deep shot here. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1,
Deep shot for the end zone. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 14, Ohio State 0.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half.
Take this one.
He'll bring it out. It's long. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's got it on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Pulled down for the tackle.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances. Get the ball to some speed on the perimeter. Try to make some big plays.
Goes to the option. The pitch. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown tie. Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it out. It's West. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be...
All kinds of running room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like...
Whoa! And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Looking for more room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up.
And they get the sack right out of the gate. This quarterback has some mobility in the pocket, but soon enough, there was nowhere to move.
He has mobility, but goodness gracious, his offensive line needs to help him do something. It's hard to make three guys miss just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They got to do a better job holding up their end of the bargain.
Catch in the middle. It's long. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Alabama pushing the tempo. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. DB's right up on the receivers. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
Quarterbacks have to have great instincts, and they have to have great field awareness. They got to understand where they are and how that relates. You got to understand the sideline's there. So I don't need to get too close to the sideline. He understood that. Understand the receiver didn't have very much space to work with. Takes advantage of it and makes the big interception.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got him downfield. Afterburner's coming. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Every once in a while, you have a dude roll out the scarlet and gray, and they have a day. Terry Glenn, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Santonio Holmes. This guy might be matching up with him by the end of the day.
Well, the sad thing is I could also name 5 of...
And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well. And you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Miller with the ball. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throwing right. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Alabama 21, Ohio State 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's long. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse. We're going to find this will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a great play. What a huge moment for this defense.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts distance as they get closer. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fielded in the end zone, it's lost. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we've got to show him things are about to be different.
Quarterback keeps it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Milroe. Pressure coming. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Well, they haven't been able to get it done on 4th down so far today. They've missed on their first 2 attempts. Is the 3rd time the charm? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He'll try to take it back. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Law. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bama. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Fielded in the end zone. It's West. And stampeding through the defense. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6th. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wide out in motion. Trying to outflank them on the jet sweep. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
You got to give kudos to this defense. They are so well coached up. How about the awareness and the ability to play with great eye discipline? They located the football. They located that receiver on the jet sweep and were able to make the tackle.
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
Huge play by this defense. This game had an opportunity to get very, very interesting. They step up, make the big play, make this a two-possession game now with that safety and getting the football back.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Looking to the big tight end. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up the safety, Jesse. Time to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. On second down, looking again to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. Brings it in down the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. They want to throw it. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Snapped it in the shotgun. And the pass
Get the
heads, picked
fuck
off.
out of here, bro.
Crosses midfield. At the 30. 10. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's long. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
They got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
To the air. It's Milroe. Fires to the middle. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And the Buckeyes take over 1st and 10.
Short fields make successful offenses, just what they want here. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's looking for an open man on second down. He's got it on the move. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Timeout call by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. They'll try to power it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
Really nice job by the defense. Understanding first and goal. What do most people do on first and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
He's looking to throw. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Into the end zone, the two-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
And the Alabama offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. The DBs will back off a bit. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air, it's Milroe. They're trying to get to it. Pulls it in on the right. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired, and that'll just serve to pad the stats. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment, or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.